I am Dr. Subramanian Kannan, endocrinologist at Narayana Hridayalaya Hospitals, Bangalore. Today we are going to talk about an important yet very poorly understood phenomenon of weight gain and weight loss. In fact, obesity as a medical disorder is starting to have multiple ramifications, and the expression of this disorder either in the form of diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, fatty liver, heart disease, stroke, kidney disease. It can go on to multiple medical specialty related disorders. Why do people gain weight? What are some of the common reasons, and why is it so difficult to lose that weight? If you see the pathophysiology or the mechanisms how weight gain starts, there is usually some amount of background genetic predisposition. So most of us have either parents or grandparents who have had diabetes, who have had obesity, and we inherit some of those bad genes right from birth. The childhood adolescent period seems to be all right. We are quite active, we are involved in physical activity quite a bit. After we cross the educational period, then comes the working class period, where our life starts to become a little bit more sedentary and we start consuming more food compared to the energy that we expend. This results in a temporary state of a insulin resistant state. Now this is the starting point. The moment your body develops insulin resistance, it starts to produce a higher amount of insulin. And this higher amount of insulin is actually a good thing because it helps keep the blood sugars at a much lower or a much normal level. But the fallout of this phenomenon of high insulin is the important feature of poor partitioning of energy. What do I mean by that? When I eat, say for example, 2 idlis or 2 dosas or say 2 chapatis, the energy from that food is to be converted, say 80% into heat and energy for my disposal, and 20% to be stored for fat, hoping that if I don't eat my next meal, that can be used up for the energy. And that's the logic by which body works. Uses most of the energy that we derive from food for the immediate thermogenesis and energy disposal, and keeps about 20% to be stored as fat. Now this does not happen when you have a very high insulin level. Insulin in fact is called an anabolic hormone, and when you have high insulin production, the process of food partitioning becomes skewed. You start partitioning more of your calories into fat and lesser of your calories into actual thermogenesis or heat or energy. So the commonest thing that patients come and tell me, sir, I eat only very little, but I still can't lose weight. The reason your body right now is super efficient in converting these little food carbohydrate quantity that you eat very effectively into fat. And that is one of the most difficult challenges patients face when they start any diet program or they start any kind of weight loss program. If there are day-to-day indiscretions that happen in between their meals or maybe on the weekend, all the good efforts they do on the weekdays are just gone. So keep in mind that the high insulin level in your body, this may be genetically driven, there may be some initial phenomenon of insulin resistance that have accrued over time, but this high insulin level is what drives in a majority of patients. Again, there are other rare causes which I don't want to go into, but in a majority of patients, this high insulin level is what is driving your partitioning of energy, and that is causing a very difficult and a challenging problem to both the doctors and the patients in terms of helping the patient lose weight. Thank you.